Hello everyone, BL Carter here, affectionately known as Miss B, here to begin a new series on the endocrine system. The endocrine system is a very important, very critical system or network of glands throughout the body. It consists normally of 9 glands. During pregnancy, the placenta also makes and secretes hormones, and so during pregnancy, your endocrine system for women consists of 10 glands when you add that placenta. If she is not pregnant, it's only 9 glands. The male also has 9 glands. And as we can see in the diagram here, you have the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal, and they're all in the brain. In the neck area, just near the Adam's apple, you would have the thyroid and parathyroid glands. Just below that, in the upper chest area, you have the thymus here. Come on down near the stomach, and you have the pancreas. On top of both kidneys sit the adrenal glands. Here is the placenta within the uterus if the woman is pregnant. And during non-pregnancy times, or any other time actually, the ovaries on both sides of the fallopian tubes would be the female gland, and the males would have theirs in the testicles. So, we're going to begin our study gland by gland, and for the purpose of this study, or this particular tutorial, we're just going to talk about the hormones that are secreted by each of these glands and just an overview of what those hormones do. We're going to begin now with the pituitary gland. The pituitary is considered the master gland. It is located at the base of the brain, as we saw here before, and it sends its signals to all the other glands, and that's why they call it the master. But, go figure, it takes its orders from the hypothalamus, which is also located in the brain. So I don't know how much of a master the pituitary is if it still has to take orders from somewhere else. But, you know, scientists have called the pituitary the master, and so we're going to roll with it like that. It's lobed into 2 sections, an anterior section and a posterior section. And again, for the purposes of this tutorial, we're just going to talk about the hormones that are secreted, that are made and secreted by these particular glands. In the anterior lobe, the adrenocorticotropic hormone, which is called ACTH, or abbreviated ACTH, stimulates the adrenal glands to produce the appropriate hormones for the adrenals. And we'll get into the specific glands that the adrenals produce when we get to the adrenal portion of this particular study. The next hormone secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary would be FSH, and some of you may remember this from reproductive health in middle school or high school, or whatever point you got it. It's the follicle stimulating hormone, and it works with luteinizing hormone to ensure the normal function of the ovaries and testes. And then you also have luteinizing hormone, which is abbreviated LH, which works with the follicle stimulating hormone to ensure normal functioning of the ovaries and testes. Additional hormones made and secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary include the growth hormone, which is essential in early years to maintain a healthy body composition as well as for growth in children. And then in adults, we're not growing as much, so it repurposes itself to help maintain healthy bones, healthy muscle mass, and to supposedly maintain fat distribution. But most of us, once we reach a certain age, we know we're not growing anymore, and we can tell we're not growing anymore because A, we're not getting any taller, and B, the fat seems to redistribute into areas that it wasn't in before. And I think we all can attest to that. Once you hit the age of about 30, 35, your fat distribution starts changing, and we can clearly see that growth hormone has slowed down its production. Also, you have prolactin. Prolactin stimulates breast milk during the production of breast milk during pregnancy. And then you have the thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, and that stimulates the thyroid gland to produce the appropriate hormones for that gland. Now let's talk about the hormones that are secreted, made and secreted by the posterior lobe of the pituitary. You have ADH, which is the antidiuretic hormone, and this hormone tells the kidneys when to increase water absorption in the blood. So your kidneys takes its orders from this particular hormone that says increase more water absorption. So when you begin to get bloated, that's because the antidiuretic has said, hey, keep up some more water, hold more water. Or when you start to pass some more of that water, that ADH has said, no, let the water go on out. And then we also have oxytocin. And that is actually made in the hypothalamus, but it's stored and released. It's stored in the pituitary and it's released at the command of the pituitary. And that's involved in many functions, processes, such as contracting the uterus during childbirth, increasing the intensity or frequency of the contractions during childbirth, stimulating. It also helps to stimulate breast milk production, and it also gives you that lovey-dovey feeling when you're snuggling with your mate. So that's it for the pituitary. Those are the hormones that are produced by the pituitary gland. Just a quick reminder, the information in this series is not meant to replace your physicians. It's meant for you to use as a guide to help you to take command over your health care, but you are encouraged to research, and keep researching. This guide, this series is meant to help those who struggle with any sort of endocrine disruption in any way, which actually is about 99.9% of anyone who has ever been diagnosed with a disease. If you've been given a disease diagnosis, 99.90% of the time there will be some sort of disruption to your endocrine system. Although the focus is the diseases specifically mentioned in the video, autoimmune disease and intro. And look for the next video in this series, the endocrine system, the hypothalamus, and the pineal glands is what we'll be talking about. And I encourage you to be a blessing to someone else. Share this video. Keep sharing it. Most people don't know these things. And we want to get the word out to as many people as possible about the different glands, about the endocrine system, how critical it is to the body. And as we get further into the series, you'll understand why, how critical it is, and how many body functions are dependent upon this system working well. And as you will see, I stopped here because these can get a little long, and I want you to be able to digest one or two glands at a time. And so we're just going to break these series up. And I ask that you go ahead and subscribe so that you get the notifications when the other videos in this series are uploaded. So if you have any questions about the pituitary gland, about the hormones that it secretes, I encourage you to continue to research, and drop me a comment. I'm more than happy to help with any information I can. Remember, I'm not a physician, but I have walked this road personally, so I do have some direct experience, as well as being a peer support person for others who have struggled with various autoimmune diseases. So hopefully this has been informative, and again, be a blessing and share this to others, especially those who you know have some sort of disease diagnosis, because chances are there's some benefit in there for them. Thank you. Be blessed, and look for the next series, the next video in the series.